Hello, and welcome back to another episode of Dr. English. I am your host, Jack, and I am joined, as always, by the always organized, always on time Lisa. How's it going, Lisa?
Always on time? Jack, I think you're giving me way too much credit today. I barely made it here on time because I couldn't find my car keys this morning, but I am here and I am doing great. How about you?
I'm good. Though I have to say, your little lost keys crisis is actually, it's kind of a perfect lead-in for what we're talking about today.
Oh, are we talking about being disorganized? Because I am an expert in that.
No, not quite. We are talking about daily routines, specifically what it's actually like to live the life of a student in America. We've talked about food and shopping, but today we're looking at the day-to-day grind.
Oh, I love this topic because, when people watch American movies, they see the high school parties or the crazy drama, but the actual routine of a student is, well, it's quite a specific cultural experience.
It really is. And for our listeners who are planning to study in the US or even just want to understand how Americans talk about their time, this is going to be super helpful. So, Lisa, let's start at the very, very beginning, the crack of dawn.
The morning. So in the US, most students, especially in high school, start their day, it's early, Jack, like 7 or 7:30 a.m.
It's brutal. I remember my alarm going off at 6:15 a.m. And that brings us to our first phrase, to sleep in.
Oh man, I lived for sleeping in on the weekends. So to sleep in means to stay in bed later than usual, but during the week, no chance. You're usually hitting the snooze button on your alarm.
I was the king of the snooze button. I'd hit it like 3 or 4 times, which for English learners, hitting snooze just means delaying the alarm for another 10 minutes.
It's a dangerous game, but once you're finally up, you've got to get ready. And for an American student, the morning is usually a mad dash.
A mad dash. That's a great idiom. It just means a very fast, chaotic race. You're trying to shower, get dressed, and grab breakfast all in like 20 minutes.
And breakfast, in the movies, you see these big tables with pancakes and eggs and orange juice, but in reality, most students are just grabbing a granola bar or a piece of toast as they run out the door.
Or a grab and go yogurt. We use that term a lot for food. Grab and go. It means it's prepackaged and easy to carry.
So you've grabbed your breakfast, you've got your backpack, which, by the way, is a must-have. You'll never see an American student without a backpack. And then you have to get to school.
Right. And depending on where you live, that means one of three things. You're either taking the yellow school bus, which is a total American icon, or you're being dropped off by your parents.
Or if you're a college student or a high school senior, you might be carpooling.
Carpooling. Let's break that down. Car and pool. It just means a group of people sharing one car to save time or gas.
It's a very social way to start the morning, but okay, let's imagine we've arrived at school. Usually, the first thing a student does is head to their locker.
Oh, the locker. That's another very American thing. It's that tall metal cabinet where you keep your books and your coat. Lisa, did you decorate your locker back in the day?
Oh, absolutely. I had photos of my friends, a little mirror. I even had a magnetic pencil holder. It's like your own little tiny piece of real estate in the school.
Real estate. I love that. But once the bell rings, the routine really kicks in. You have your periods.
Right. We don't usually say lesson 1 or lesson 2. We say first period, second period, and so on. And in between periods, you have the passing period.
Which is usually only about 5 minutes. It's another mad dash to get from one side of the building to the other. You're constantly checking your syllabus.
Oh, let's pause on that word. Syllabus. Syllabus. It's basically the contract for your class. It lists all the assignments, the rules, and the dates for the exams.
If you're a student in America, the syllabus is your Bible. You do not want to lose it.
So you're going through your classes, math, English, science, and then, finally, the best part of the day, lunch break.
Ah, the cafeteria, or the CAF for short.
The cafeteria is, well, it's the heart of the school. You have the hot lunch line where you buy food from the school, or you brown bag it.
Brown bag it. That's an old school expression. It means you brought your lunch from home in a brown paper bag. Even if you use a fancy lunchbox now, people might still say you're brown bagging it.
And lunch is only about 30 or 40 minutes. It's not a long break. You eat fast, you talk to your friends, and then you're back to class.
It's very high energy. Now, Lisa, let's talk about the afternoon, because for many American students, school doesn't actually end when the final bell rings at 3 p.m.
Oh, definitely not. That's when extracurriculars start.
That's a long word, extracurriculars.
It just means activities outside of the regular curriculum. So sports, drama club, band, debate team, you name it.
And this is a huge part of American culture. There's a lot of pressure to be well-rounded.
Well-rounded. That means you aren't just good at schoolwork, you're also involved in other things. It looks good on your college applications.
So a student might have soccer practice until 5:30 p.m. Then they get home and, well, then the second half of the day starts. Homework.
The homework. And we have a lot of different words for this. You might have a problem set for math or an essay for English, or maybe a lab report for science.
And if you have a lot of work to do, you might stay up very late. We call that burning the midnight oil.
I love that idiom, burning the midnight oil. It comes from the days before electricity when people had to use oil lamps to work at night.
And if you're a college student, you might be pulling an all-nighter.
Oh, I've done plenty of those. An all-nighter is when you don't sleep at all. You stay awake the entire night to finish a project or study for a final.
Finals. That's what we call the big exams at the end of the semester. They are, well, they're stressful. People get very wired on coffee and energy drinks during finals week.
Wired. That's a good slang word. It means you have too much energy, usually from caffeine. You're like shaking a little bit.
I definitely remember that feeling. Okay, so we've covered the daily stuff, but Lisa, what about the unwritten rules of the American classroom? You know, the cultural stuff that isn't on the syllabus.
Oh, that's a great point. So, first of all, the relationship between students and teachers in the US is, it's relatively casual compared to many other countries.
It really is. I mean, you still have to be respectful, but students often ask a lot of questions. We're encouraged to speak up.
Right. Participation is usually part of your grade. It's not enough to just sit there and listen. You have to contribute to the discussion.
And what about the dress code? Because that's something that always surprises international students.
Oh yeah, American students, especially in college, dress very casually. You'll see people in the classroom wearing sweatpants, hoodies, and sometimes even pajamas if it's an 8 a.m. class.
It's true. I definitely went to a few lectures in my pajama pants. Nobody really cares. It's all about comfort.
It's a very relaxed vibe. But let's go back to the routine. What about the weekend? Because the routine changes completely on Friday night.
Oh, Friday night is the holy grail for students. No homework, or at least you pretend you don't have homework until Sunday night.
Exactly. Friday night is for football games or going to the movies or just hanging out.
Hanging out, we say that all the time. It just means spending time with friends without a specific plan. We're just hanging out at my house.
And then Sunday night, that's when the Sunday scaries hit.
Oh, the Sunday scaries. That is such a popular term now. It's that feeling of anxiety you get on Sunday evening when you realize the weekend is over and you have a whole week of school ahead of you.
It's that moment you realize you haven't started that essay that's due on Monday morning.
Exactly. So you start cramming.
Cramming, another great student verb. It means trying to learn a lot of information in a very short amount of time. I'm cramming for my history test.
It's not the best way to learn, but we've all done it.
So, Jack, we've talked about the routine of a student, but what about the social routine? Like, where do students actually go?
Well, for high schoolers, a lot of the social life happens at school events. But for college students, it's all about the campus.
The campus. That's the entire area where the university is located. The dorms, the library, the dining halls. It's like a little city.
And the big part of the routine is living on campus. You have a roommate.
Oh, the roommate experience. That is a huge cultural rite of passage in America.
Rite of passage. That means an event that marks an important stage in someone's life. Living with a stranger in a tiny room, that's definitely an experience.
You have to learn how to compromise. Like, I want the lights off at 10, but my roommate wants to study until 2.
It's a lot of negotiation, but it's also how you make your best friends. You're in this routine together. You go to the dining hall together, you go to the gym.
Oh, the gym, that's another thing. American campuses usually have huge fitness centers. It's very common for students to work out as part of their daily routine to relieve stress.
Working out or hitting the gym. It's a great way to clear your head.
So, Jack, let's talk about money, because part of the student routine for many Americans is a part-time job.
That's a really important point. A lot of students work while they're in school. Maybe they're a tutor, or they work at a coffee shop, or they have a work-study job on campus.
It makes the routine even busier. You go to class, you go to work, you do your homework. It's a balancing act.
A balancing act, like a circus performer trying to keep everything from falling.
Exactly. So for our listeners who are feeling overwhelmed by their English studies, just remember that American students are also feeling the pressure. It's a very high-paced culture.
It really is, but there's also a lot of support. Most schools have office hours.
Oh, yes. Office hours are the times when a teacher or a professor is in their office specifically to help students. You can just drop in and ask questions.
Drop in. That means to visit without an appointment. It's a great resource that a lot of students they don't use it enough.
I agree. I was always too shy to go to office hours, but when I finally did, it made such a difference.
Same here. Okay, Lisa, I think it's time for another little role play. Let's pretend we are two college students meeting for coffee in the middle of a very busy Tuesday.
Okay, I'll be the one who is super stressed out. You can be the one who, well, you can be yourself, relatively calm, but also drinking way too much caffeine.
Perfect. I can do that. Here we go. Hey, Lisa, over here.
Oh, hey, Jack. Oh my gosh, thank you for waiting. I am running so behind today.
No worries at all. You look like you've had a long morning.
You have no idea. I had a back-to-back lecture starting at 8 a.m., and then I had to run to the library to print out my lab report, and of course, the printer jammed.
Ah, the classic printer jam. That's the worst. Did you get it turned in?
Yeah, finally. I literally turned it in with 2 minutes to spare. My heart is still racing.
Well, you're here now. Take a breath. Did you get a chance to eat anything?
Just a granola bar I found in the bottom of my backpack. I think it was from like 3 weeks ago.
Gross. Here, I bought you a muffin and a double espresso. I figured you'd need it.
Jack, you are a lifesaver, seriously. So how is your day going? Are you still burning the midnight oil for that history final?
Sadly, yes. I stayed up until 3 a.m. last night reading about the Civil War. I'm pretty sure my brain is just mush at this point.
I feel that. I have a midterm on Thursday, so I think I'm going to be pulling an all-nighter tomorrow.
Oof, good luck with that. Hey, are you still planning on hanging out at the student union tonight? A bunch of us are going to watch the game.
I wish I could, but I really have to cram for this test. I'm totally under the gun right now.
Under the gun. That's a good one. Well, the offer's open if you change your mind.
Thanks, Jack. All right, I gotta head out. My next class starts in 5 minutes, and it's on the other side of campus.
Good luck. Don't trip on your way there.
No promises. See ya.
Under the gun. That's a fantastic idiom for students.
It sounds scary, but it just means you are under a lot of pressure or you have a very strict deadline.
And did you notice I told Lisa I was reading about history and my brain was mush?
Yes, mush is like soft, squishy food. If your brain is mush, it means you have studied so much that you can't think clearly anymore.
It's a very common feeling during finals week.
So, Jack, we've talked about the morning, the classes, the social life, but what about the evening routine? You know, when the day is finally winding down.
Well, for an American student, the evening is usually spent, well, multitasking.
Oh, definitely. You're probably eating dinner while watching a YouTube video or scrolling through social media.
And then eventually you hit the hay.
Hit the hay or hit the sack. Both mean to go to sleep.
It's such a funny phrase. I don't think I've ever seen a bed made of hay, but we still say it.
It's an old one for sure, but before you hit the hay, you usually set your alarm for the next morning, and the cycle starts all over again.
It's a cycle, a routine. And I think, for our listeners, the key is to find your own routine in English.
I love that idea. Like maybe your routine is listening to Dr. English while you're on the bus.
Exactly. Or reading the news in English while you have your morning coffee.
It's all about making the language part of your daily life. It shouldn't just be something you study, it should be something you live.
That is so true. So Lisa, we've still got some time left. What are some of the student slang words we haven't mentioned yet?
Oh, what about ace?
To ace something, like I aced my exam.
It means you got an A. You did perfectly.
And the opposite of that would be to flunk.
I flunked the quiz. That means you failed. Hopefully none of our listeners are flunking anything.
Let's hope not. What about skip?
Oh, to skip class. That's when you decide not to go to class even though you're supposed to be there.
I'm going to skip my lecture today and go to the beach instead.
Don't do that too often or you'll definitely flunk your finals.
Very true. Okay, what about pop quiz?
Oh, the pop quiz is the ultimate student nightmare. It's a quiz that the teacher gives you without telling you in advance.
Pop, like it just appears out of nowhere.
And what about teacher's pet?
That's the student who is always trying to please the teacher. They sit in the front row, they always raise their hand.
Sometimes the other students don't like the teacher's pet very much, but hey, they probably get good grades.
Probably. Okay, let's talk about spring break, because that is a huge part of the American student yearly routine.
Oh man, spring break is a one-week holiday in March or April, and the tradition is to go somewhere warm, like Florida or Mexico.
It's the one time of the year when students totally let loose.
Let loose. It means to behave in a free, relaxed way. No rules, no homework, just sun and fun.
It's the light at the end of the tunnel for the spring semester.
So, Jack, looking back at your student days, what do you miss the most about that routine?
Honestly, I think I miss the unpredictability. Even though there was a routine, every day felt a little bit different. You were always learning something new, meeting new people.
I think I miss the late night talks in the dorms. You know, when it's 2 a.m. and you're supposed to be studying, but you end up talking about the meaning of life for 3 hours?
Those are the best. It's a very special time in your life.
It really is. And for our listeners, whether you're a student now or you're just a student of life, we hope this gave you a little bit of insight into how Americans live and talk.
Absolutely. So let's do a quick wrap-up of some of those must-know phrases from today.
Okay, I'll start. We had sleep in and hit snooze.
We had mad dash and grab and go.
Syllabus, don't forget that one, and brown bag it.
Extracurriculars and well-rounded.
Burning the midnight oil and pulling an all-nighter.
Sunday scaries and cramming.
Under the gun and aced it.
That is a lot of English.
It really is. If you want to see all these words written down, make sure you check the transcript on our website.
And for next week, Lisa, I think we are finally going to do that episode on movies and TV shows.
You promise no more food emergencies?
I promise. No pizza, no restaurants, just the big screen and the small screen.
I can't wait. I've been watching a lot of Netflix lately, so I've got plenty of recommendations.
Perfect. Well, everyone, thank you so much for sticking with us for episode 6. We know 30 minutes is a long time, but we hope you enjoyed our daily routine.
And if you have a specific routine for learning English, let us know. We'd love to hear how you fit Dr. English into your day.
Absolutely. All right, everyone, stay safe, stay curious, and keep practicing.
Bye, everyone. Have a great week.
See ya.